morning, friends. Today we are going to discuss some of the important aspects of design thinking. Design thinking is a scientific methodology of problem solving. As engineers, we are supposed to solve the problems of the society. That is our prime responsibility. So, to solve any problem, we have to first understand what is the problem, define the problem. Can the problem solving be done in a scientific manner? Yes. So there is a established methodology, what is known as EAST. EAST means empathize, analyze, solution, and test. Out of the four, most important one is the empathize. Empathize is the way you will find what is the problem, define the problem. See, the old saying says, define the problem is itself 50% of solving the problem. So, empathize phase is very, very important. So, during empathize phase, what the engineer will do is he will behave like customer and think like customer and try to find what is the problem. Unless he clearly understands and defines the problem, he will not be able to solve it. So, the empathize phase is very important. So, suppose we have to solve a problem of a bus commuter. So, unless we go and actually travel in the bus and talk with the people who are regularly traveling the bus, you will not be able to grasp what is the problem, and you will not be able to define the problem. So, empathize is the phase where you will get the basic data and contour of it and define the problem. Once empathize phase is completed, we will come to phase of analyze. Using our engineering background, knowledge, and various techniques, we analyze the problem. The analyze problem can be done in many ways. Today we will learn two important methods of analyzing the problem. So, once we analyze the problem, the next phase is finding a solution for this problem, formulate solution. Generally, solution involves a trade step. We'll make one solution and go to the customer and explain him and try to get his feedback and again improve upon. A human-centric approach is what is needed to do this design thinking. So once solution come to a reasonable level, the next phase is test. Test with the real customers. There is a phase in which we'll iron out whatever all the gaps. Then it is ready for the launch in a commercial way. So the first letters of empathize, analyze, solution, and test, if you put together, it is easy to remember EAST. So today we will learn two important problem solving methods. The YY method and the second method also we will learn is a fishbone diagram. Okay. So actually these two methods were used in industry earlier to investigate the failures. Originally the developed are investigating failures. It's very popular in investigating failures. But now these same methods were used in solving the problems in innovation. This we can skip. So this is the YY method. So the YY method was actually developed by Toyota to solve the shop floor problems from the shop floor. It is done in a Toyota factory to solve the problems. In the picture you see there is a machine which is actually operated with a motor, bearings, and motor has bearings which is supplied with a liquid lube oil. The liquid lube oil is pumped to the bearings using a pump, and there is a tank for it. So to control all this activity, there is a fuse box. Toyota faced a peculiar problem of one particular machine is getting damaged and stopped very often. Every 1 week or every 4 or 5 days, machine goes into a maintenance mode. It is down. So other machines are working. Why this particular machine is getting so much frequently problem? So they are thinking what to do. So that time they used this, they developed and used this method is simple why. Why is putting questions in logical fashion to go to the root cause of the problem. Okay. So the shop engineer who is investigating this problem has asked the first question: why the machine has stopped? They told machine is stopped because the fuse is blown out. You could see in the fuse box one red color dot. No, that particular fuse is gone. Fuse is blown off. Then naturally he asked why fuse is blown off. Fuse normally blows off when the system is taking more current than what is designed for. So they concluded that the fuse, the particular module is experiencing more current than what is designed for it. The motor is taking more current. Then the logical question is why motor is taking more current? Then it is told it is encountering a lot of resistance. Bearings are not smooth. That's why the motor is feeling a resistance to motion. It is not able to move freely. So bearing is not able to move freely. So why bearing is not freely moving? Bearing is supposed to move freely. So they told that there is a foreign objects in the bearing lubrication. Lubrication is not proper, and also there are foreign objects in the lubrication. Then the next question is why bearing is not getting clean oil or adequate oil. Then they traced back the pump which is supplying the oil from the tank to bearing is got stuck. A lot of particles. They opened the pump and saw there are a lot of metal scrap particles in the pump. Then naturally question why? Why the pump is in the inside there are a lot of metal particles. So they told the tank inside the tank from where the lubrication is pumped is having lot of debris, lot of metal objects. Then logically it asked why this lubricating tank is having a lot of debris which is going into the pump. It is found as per original design there is a one strainer that is which prevents particles from the lube oil, any dirt and entering into the pump. There is one strainer. It is like a small filter like thing with small holes. So in particular machine what happened is the strainer is not assembled by the person who installed this machine. So the whatever all the dirt, metal scraps, all that are going into the pump and damaging the pump. So now the entire thing was cleaned. The strainers were installed. After that, machine ran for so many months, 6 months or so, without giving any problem. So this is if you put those things in the logical order. Why machine stopped working? So fuse got blown. Why fuse got blown? It is a overload because of bearing not smooth. Then why bearing is overloaded? It is getting less lubricant and some particles also. If you analyze why less lubricant, then there is a dirt and metal chips which has clogged the pump section. Then why there is a dirt and metal chips in the pump? Because there is no strainer fitted in the tank. Like this, they come to zero down to root cause and eliminate it, and machine worked successfully. This explains the YY methodology. We can use this methodology to any problem solving. Okay. So there is a fun to this. This problem we will try to solve a problem in one of the famous novel. There is Three Musketeers. In that there is one character, this Alexander Dumas. Okay. There is one character in that called Porthos. This novel by Alexander Dumas has one character called Porthos. Porthos is lives the life royally. He is a king-like person. Okay, he want to have new clothes, but he has one quality. which he never allows anybody to touch him. He becomes very angry if somebody comes and touches him. So for making a new clothes, tailor has to take measurements. Suppose he don't take measurements and stitch, it will not fit him. Then also this Porthos gets angry, and he is so powerful and so angry that he will take out his sword and injures the person who is done this wrong. So this tailor who is responsible for stitching the new clothes to Porthos faced this problem. How to take his measurements without touching him? He has thought of number of ideas. So he originally thought that he in the kingdom he will try to catch a person who dimensionally looks like Porthos, like height, width, and the length of his legs and all that. But that idea failed because he could not get any person who is as tall as this person and having same dimensions like him. Then he thought he will put alcohol. He came to know that he takes alcohol in the night. So he will put more alcohol when he is asleep or unconscious. He will go and take dimensions. One day he sat with the king and encourage him to drink more alcohol. Even then, he is not sure he is fully unconscious. He is talking, but never became fully unconscious. So that idea also failed. Then, like that, he has tried many ideas. Finally, he came to know that he has 4 wives. Okay, so he trained one of the wife to take the dimensions, and he solved the problem like that. So this why the story is any solution will have iterative steps. You have to have list of many solutions, and some may be possible, some may not be possible for various reasons. We have to eliminate whatever is not possible and try to work out so the solution phase involves iterative steps. This story tells that. So we are nowadays doing a lot of problem solving using computers. Okay, what are the steps involved in solving a problem in a computer? Okay. What is equivalent of empathize and then analyze and then solution and test? In a computer vocabulary, what are the steps in a problem solving of the computer? Let us understand this. Using computers to solve a problem, first we have to analyze the problem. Normally it is like developing a software. We analyze the problem. So what is the problem? Problem definition. Then we don't directly go for a coding. What we'll do, we'll develop a algorithm. Okay, we'll develop a algorithm. That phase is the where the thinking goes. Solution phase. Solution phase involves developing a algorithm. Then this algorithm will be coded. So coding is comes almost the last. Once coding is there, directly will not release in the market. We will do the testing phase as usual, like any problem solving. Testing, and we will run this problem to extremes, like we will put a 0 as input, whether will it work or will it crash the computer. So debugging will be done. So to iron out all the faults in the coding or a algorithm. So testing and debugging. After successful running the testing phase with various unusual values, then only this program is ready for the commercial scale release. In this picture, the teacher is facing one problem. Could you identify what is the problem here? You could see one child is not paying attention to the teacher. One child is not paying attention to the teacher. The arrow mark shown. So he is not paying attention to the teacher. It is one of the problem for design thinking. So why the child is not able to pay attention? One reason could be teacher may be too fast, or the learning abilities of the student is not equal to others. He may be a slow learner. or he is busy in taking the notes than listening to what teacher says. We don't want to miss out the writing part of it. He may be busy in writing whatever is teacher told, but not paying the actual understanding part of it, not listening to what is fully focused on writing down whatever teacher says. So, if you say why teacher is so fast, there could be he may have to cover a fixed amount of syllabus as per the board exam or whatever. So due to this COVID and other problems, some working days were lost. So teacher is going fast to complete the syllabus. That could be one reason why teacher is going very fast. So what is the solution? So the solution could be he has to cover the syllabus, not lose the syllabus, not leave out the syllabus, but people can be shared what is going to be taught in the class ahead, before, so that people come reading that topic and to some extent they will understand and come to the class. The teacher can go fast. This is one of the solutions. This is not the only solution. This can be one of the solutions. So like this, we can apply various techniques to solve the day-to-day problems. This is one example. We in the beginning of the class, we told we learn two methods in today's class with problem solving techniques. One method we already learned is called YY method. Now the second method, more complex, but it is suitable for more complex problems to solve. This is called fishbone method. If you take a picture X-ray, inside the fish, you will see all the bones like this. So if you put this particular fishbone technique, the technique was put in a form of like a fishbone. When they grew this chart, they realized it is like a fishbone. So they named this as a fishbone. Aptly they named it. So in this, any problem is there, they'll put what caused the problem. Instead of going Y method, this gives some reasonable reasons why a problem will occur generally. So it in this particular picture you see the problem occur because of wrong methods. Wrong methods adopted can give can actually result in a problem. Second is the machinery used in the setup, the industry may not be appropriate. This also can give problem. Then there could be some management side. The machine is capable of only making 60 jobs per day, but management forced it to do 100 jobs. So there will be some quality steps missing and proper dimensions not taken. People will do in a hurried manner. So that can be one reason. Or management has not provided enough resources or training for the people to undertake this job. Or enough machines are there, not there in the industry to take this volume of jobs. Then the other thing is they were not using the right materials to do this job. They were not using the particular grade of steel which is malleable and easy to cut and it has the properties, but they use some other harder material. That's why tools are damaged and the machining is not proper. So materials were not right, or the materials were not suitable for the temperature at which it is exposed to during the machining. And there could be a reason by manpower. See, manpower is not trained or skilled to do this job, or the manpower is in good mood to do that job on a particular day. Maybe he quarreled with his wife and come to the office and he's not in a good frame of mind to focus on the work. So this is manpower related jobs issues. So one of these issues, not only this 5, there can be many other also which can result into problem. So this is called Ishwaka diagram or root cause analysis in Japan. So we have put it in the same diagram in a in way arrows without showing that fish. So it can be management related issues, it can be manpower related issues, it can be methods, it can be mission, or it can be the materials. So we can put each one, and it will give some ideas where it could go wrong. Then think whether this is the reason, or if it is not the reason, eliminate one by one. Then you will zero it down to main issue. This you see, we have to demonstrate this method. We analyzed a road accident problem. Okay, so road accident may what are all the probable causes was put in this diagram. So let us take methods. So there may be, instead of driving at a allowed speed with the mission and the roads are designed, over speeding, somebody over speeds, it can result into accident. Okay. There can be rash driving or a drunken driving. So the person who is driving is not in a good condition, mental condition to drive. So there can be minimum police patrol, means some people will follow rules only when police were really monitoring them. Suppose they come to know that in this particular stretch there is no police, there is no monitoring, they drive erratically. That could be one reason. Okay, so like this, many, suppose people come to know, even though laws are there, they are not enforced, which we are seeing in some parts of the country. Laws were not enforced. So if people come to know that laws were not enforced, the conviction rate is only 5%, then people won't follow the road rules, then it can cause accidents. Then if you see, on the methods part you completed, and on the manpower, unskilled, they are not having proper training, driving techniques, they were not having enough experience, or these kind of manpower related, not in a good frame of mind. These are all the problems that can be from the manpower point of view. What could be problems from the management point of view? I will narrate one example. There is one bus operator. Okay, the bus operator daily move and conducts the tours to, let us say, Shirdi. Okay, so he has few employees. On particular day, the buses came in the morning. People were brought from the destination to one place. One particular driver not attended the duty, but already passengers were gathered. So the people who drove the night trip were available there. So that management asked this person to take this next bus in the morning to the destination. Even though the rule says he is not supposed to drive more than 8 hours continuously, since already passenger gathered, management under pressure to not to lose the business or disappoint at the passengers, even though knowing it is against law, he forced the driver to take this bus to the destination another 8 hours. So naturally he is tired and he met with an accident. So that kind of management induced, and also the buses were not maintained in good condition. So budget was not allocated for the maintenance. Every week bus has to go to for checking all the parts whether in good condition or not. Instead of 1 week, the bus was sent to the workshop only once in a month. So bus is in a not a good fit condition to come onto the roads. That is a management. And there is a management, government also comes under responsible sometimes. There are a lot of potholes on that road. They were not immediately repaired. So rainy season, lot of potholes came, and even after 6 months potholes are repaired. So it can cause an accident. Then there could be some other management induced things like the road slope and all not properly maintained. So road construction itself is not good. The curvature and all, when the road is turning, there should be some slope. If that is not properly maintained, then it could be a reason. Then sometimes bus design is okay, the driver is okay, every rule is followed. Then also there will be nature related. Mother nature means suddenly there is a rain. That bus is supposed to be driving at 60 kilometers per hour in a normal conditions. On the rainy day, people has to realize and drive at a lesser speed because the friction, road friction grip between the tire and the road is good in a normal condition. When it rains, the friction grip becomes half. So the brake, when you apply, instead of stopping in 3 meters distance, it will run for 6 to 7 meters. Meanwhile, the accident can happen. So the sudden factors like fog may you will not be able to see what is ahead of you in just a few meters only you will be able to see. Since if you drive very fast in the fog, you will not be able to see what is coming in the opposite direction. It can relate accident. This is a naturally created accidents. Fog and rain. Then there could be some area, some people burn the waste. It can be smoky in that area. So if you happen to pass through this area, so the road is not visible, and who is coming in the opposite direction also not visible, can cause the accidents. Then the bus itself. The bus design itself is not user friendly. Even the clutch is not good, and the drivers get tired driving 4 hours itself in the 4 hours itself. And bus is not the driver space is not fitted with a good AC. Only passenger space AC is there. Driver is exposed to hot sun, so he gets tired. Also, the bus is having worn out tires, so that is also can be one reason for accident. So the bus mission itself is old, not properly maintained, old technology, old design. So it can hold, that is all attributable to mission. That is bus. There is a design or a operation of the issues. Then material. So suppose the tires were not made of good rubber, so it will worn out and will not give the correct grip. So that is very material related. Then there is a poor design. So the gaps, the clearances of the thing is not good. The materials used for the road laying with the gravel and tar, they are not good qualities. Then it will not be conducive for the good driving. So there could be some traffic lights malfunctioning, or even nighttime driving. These bus lights were not properly showing the path. So these are all material related issues. So there can be like this many other issues also there. So you can put all the probable causes, eliminate one by one, then zero down to the real cause. So this helps in a systematic thinking. So the fishbone method is used worldwide to investigate air crashes and many other problems. So thank you for the listening and learning these two techniques of YY, and also second technique of fishbone diagram. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.